Do you sometimes feel that your chord progressions lack a bit of colour? Well, maybe they need a little bit of what our Greek friends would call colour. Well, they would probably use the word chromos, which we would then retranslate as chromatic. And if you learn to incorporate a bit of this into your chord progressions, then maybe people will finally appreciate just how clever you actually are. Let's take a look. So, chromatic in modern music speak has basically come to mean a movement in semitones. So, kind of one fret at a time, kind of a thing. Now, I'm not talking here about taking a chord and just kind of shifting it around one fret at a time. If you can make that work, then you crack on, but I mean something a little bit more subtle than that. To illustrate the point, let's take a chord progression that you will almost certainly have learned if you've ever been called upon to play someone's wedding. It goes like this. Which is Can't Take My Eyes Off You by Frankie Valli, of course. So the chord progression there, if you haven't learned it, goes E, E major 7, E dominant 7, A minor, E, F sharp minor, E. Now there are a few interesting things about that we can flag up, but I'm going to just zero in on one aspect of that chord progression. And that is that the chord movement spells out this very simple descending chromatic melody that goes like this. Which takes us from an E all the way down step by step until we land on a G sharp on the final E chord, which is the major third, so it kind of resolves again. If you didn't spot it within the chord progression, I'll play it again and I'll really clumsily emphasise the descending chromatic melody that's hopefully more enlightening than annoying. It goes. So even though we're dealing with some chord changes that are, by the standards of most pop music anyway, quite uncommon, the whole thing is given this inherent logic. Each chord change feels very natural and inevitable because we cotton on to this kind of step-by-step descent even if we're not consciously aware of it. And more semitones there, of course. Now, if you're one of my regular viewers, hi mum, hi dad, you'll know that inevitably we come to speak about the Beatles at some point in these videos, so let's get straight on with that now. A couple of years after Can't Take My Eyes Off You was released, the Beatles recorded Something, and I don't think it would be too far-fetched if we assumed it took a little bit of inspiration from Can't Take My Eyes Off You. The chord progression goes like this. could argue, if you were so inclined, that we have upped the sophistication a little bit here. There's tons of chromaticism in it. Nearly every chord change has a semitone movement, but it's not in quite such a linear and predictable fashion as in Can't Take My Eyes Off You. The focus of the chromatic action keeps changing. So let's have a look. We're in C major here. I know a lot of guitar players might find that a little bit disconcerting because that doesn't look like a C, it looks like an A, but I've done what I'm pretty sure the rhythm guitar part on something has had done to it, and capoed up at the 3rd fret. So it looks like an A, but it's a C. So we're going C, C major 7, C dominant 7, F. So we begin in exactly the same fashion as in the Frankie Valli song, with that exact same chromatic movement downwards. But then after our F chord, it changes to a D major chord. And here we're kind of snapped awake again, because this comes as a little bit of a surprise, because the chromatic movement is still there, but it's not where we might have come to subconsciously expect it. What's going on as we move from F to D is we're perceiving that note of F going up a semitone to F sharp in the D chord. So suddenly we're moving chromatically from a different note and we're going up instead of down. The D chord then changes, just variation, goes to a D dominant 7 and then to a G chord. So we get this chromatic climb upwards from F, F sharp to G. Then we get our minor interlude section. Which has a very, very obvious chromatic descent there. It's pretty much all over an A minor chord, and the root note is just moving down in semitones from A to G sharp to G to F sharp, and then to F as we land on our F chord. Then there's this little turnaround bit to bring us back to the start of the progression, where we go from F to E flat to G and then back to C. And within these chord changes, we have another chromatic ascent to bring us back home. We have the A in the F chord, the B flat in the E flat chord, the B in the G chord, and then the C in the C chord. And that is reflected, of course, in the famous lead guitar hook, which walks up chromatically with the chords. So clearly this stuff works really well for some major key balladry, but what about the minor key? Well, let's consider a song that, funnily enough, very, very similar to that middle section of something, Stairway to Heaven, which follows these chords, as you will all know. Goes like this. So the chord progression there is an A minor, then an A minor major 7, C, D over F sharp, F major 7, and then back to A minor. And we have another very simple descending chromatic line. Almost, the poetic amongst us might feels a little bit like a stairway, although not one going up to heaven, ironically enough, but going downwards. So it moves from the A note within the A minor chord down to a G sharp for the minor major 7 chord, then G the C chord, F sharp in the D over F sharp, the F in the F major 7, and then the E when we come back to the A minor chord. So similar to in the Frankie Valli song, we have a root note of the root chord kind of moving down until the chord progression comes back around to the root chord, but the chromatic line has settled on another note within the chord. In this case, the A in the A minor chord winds its way down to the E, which is the 5th within the A minor chord. And I don't think I've ever heard anyone comparing Stairway to Heaven to The Master Plan by Oasis, but damn it, I'm going to, because we have another very similar line in the same key. Admittedly a little bit different at the end there, and it's using much simpler chord shapes than in Stairway to Heaven. It really hinges on using these open E and B strings, but it's the same kind of a thing. We're playing an A, kind of a static A minor 7 chord, and the line moves down A, G sharp, G, F sharp, F, before jumping surprisingly to a D, but never mind that. So all well and good, but how would you implement this into your own playing? Well, just as a little exercise, I just made up this chord progression. So what's going on there is I thought I'd do something that was a little bit different to the other ones we looked at. So it's in the minor key and the chromatic line is ascending, at least for the most part. So I capoed up at the 2nd fret to play in F sharp minor, just because I fancied it. And to make it more difficult for myself to remember what these chords actually are. So we begin on an F sharp minor chord, and we then move to a D major 7. So we're moving chromatically on this note, which is the 5th of the chord. It's the C sharp note played here on the A string. So that moves up 1 semitone for the D major 7. We're then playing an F sharp minor over D sharp. So again, there's a fairly obvious walk up there. We then continue going up as we land on this E chord. So we've gone. We've then moved to this C sharp 7 chord. So the chromatic movement is still happening on the same note. That E, that's the note, that E note has just moved up 1 fret to the F within the C sharp 7 chord. We then go to a B chord. So that note has just stepped up again from F to F sharp. We then go back to C sharp 7, so it's moving back down a semitone, and then back home to F sharp minor, so it's climbed back up again. So there's a little bit of backwards and forwards. So it goes. So I've done a similar kind of a thing, and I've started and ended on the root chord, but our chromatic line resolves to a different note to the one it started at. It started as the fifth, and it climbs up to the root. I'll play through that one more time. So there we go, a few ideas for your next clever chord progression. Really hope there was some stuff of interest there to you. If so, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you ever so much for watching. See you again soon. Cheers.